Guys, welcome to another stream on, what day is today? Friday. Hey guys, what's going on? Man, what a week this has been and what a few days. I'm so excited to tell you about all the stuff that will be released shortly and all the new things. But first things first, let me know how you guys are. Kevin, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing good. Good to have you here on the stream. Today I'm wearing my merch just to make double advertisement, you know what I mean, right? And yeah, guys, we have a few things to talk about. So thanks to Apple, and I won't say thanks to the gods, but Apple is close to that in regards to having all the force to reject an update from the app or so. Apple decided to leave the update through, and we are now on version 1.2.1 of NUMERUS app, and we're talking about all the updates and all the new features that are in there, and a few special other things as well, man. Lucky Pela, hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Not really seeing you. You guys see me, but yeah. Let me ask this first. Have you guys tried around with NUMERUS? I mean, like, if you're watching the stream later on, maybe you leave us a comment down below, because let me say this first, guys. So within the last few weeks, this is pretty awesome for me that we have a few people gathered together in a group, even if it's still a small group and even if everything is still in the beginning. I love the thing. I love everything about it, and I love the feedback that I get. I love the support that I get, and I love you guys to bringing up ideas that I can put into the apps and bringing out new ideas for other apps and other stuff as well in the future. So thank you for that if you're sticking around. It really means a lot to me, because I said this before, and also to Richie, who's also on the stream. I said this before, you have no idea how much work we have been putting into the DV Magic stuff. And if you want, I can give you a little background info. Yeah, I do it, even if you don't want it. I give you a little background info right now. So this whole thing of DV Magic, or DV, started around 5 years ago when COVID hit. I don't know if I already told this, but I tell it again right now, real quick. And I started to do my own merch. So when all my jobs broke away and we had no more magic jobs, magic gigs, I thought about, like, I always wanted to do something like in a design style thing, or I always wanted to do a bit of creative outlet or something, right? And yeah, then I started to design a few design pieces, and I started to create my own merch. And this is where DV originally started. And we will have also a bit more merch on the store, and I won't even just call it merch, because I more would say it is a brand, for me at least, and I think for a few of you guys as well, because I had pretty much support from a lot of people in the German magic community, because all this started in Germany, right, where I live and where we started with this. I know it's pretty unusual that a magic company that is just doing its own stuff is based in Germany. So I thought, why not? Why not? Because we have so many ideas, guys. And I can tell you the next years will be just insane, and we won't stop. We just won't stop. We just even have not gotten started. Is that correct, Seth? I don't know. It's you get what I'm trying to say, right? So we're just about to start, and we're just in the early phases of what will be coming. Yeah. So, guys, today I have a very special treat for you. It is called. I'm just wearing a DV shirt. Double thumbs up for this, man. Double thumbs up. Today's where I have a very special treat for you, because I will give you a short introduction to something that will be released, hopefully, if everything goes right, on this coming Sunday. It will be something really special. And I can say it this way, for everyone who has already bought NUMERUS and is using NUMERUS, it will be more or less an add-on that you can use to gather information to NUMERUS, and also for other apps. So I already spoke to Paul Brook, my good buddy Paul Brook. If you watch this, man, peace goes out and greetings go out. He will also build in an integration with Nameforge. Great app. You have to look into this as soon as it's released. I know Paul is still working very hard for the release, and it's an awesome app. You definitely have to check this out. And yeah, we will open up the whole Stella Veritas thing, but I'll tell you more a little bit later. So let's first start with everything you need to know about the new features of the NUMERUS app, because I don't want to make this stream too long. I'm always afraid you guys are a little bit bored when I'm talking all the time, and it's a bit hard. So yeah, where should we start? So even if it is just, let's start real quick about the last update before that. So we've added a lot of translations to the database for 1.2. There was the release before this update that has just been released yesterday. So have a look at your app store. If you're not yet on 1.2.1, you see this right in on the starting screen, on the bottom of the starting screen, you see your version. Go to the app store and just update the app. You don't have to, we had this question, you don't have to uninstall anything, just click the update button or install button and you're good to go. Everything will be automatically done for you. You don't need to worry about anything there. So yeah, so with 1.2, as I said on the Facebook group already, we put in a lot of new features, but I thought there must be a bit more into that. And I had a few good ideas from the community, and I thought, why not make it happen? And so I decided to bring out the next big update, even if it's just called like 1.2.1, which sounds like a small step in evolution of the app. It is a pretty big one because there are pretty much new features and yeah, a lot of new things in there. But I'll show you right now. So let's start it this way. Let me bring up the app and then let's real quick look into everything, guys. So let me share my screen here real quick so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me see. Ooh, there we go. Ha! That works. Nice. Okay, so here we're into NUMERUS. Your usual interface as you had it before already, right? When you were starting the app. But with a few tiny changes in it. So first, I don't know if I can't really remember. Remind me, guys, if I'm mistaken, but I think I have not gone through all the updates with the new days, hours, and minutes feature and everything. So I will do this again right now. So forgive me if I've already done that on the last stream, but I don't really think I did. So what was new in 1.2? I don't have to go through all the version numbers right now, but I tell you what is new all about this app within the past few weeks. So as I said, I always loved the days since feature and the days to feature for dates in the future as well. And I use this as a closer in my show. So this is my closing act, making a prediction of the days to a birth date that has been freely chosen from the audience. I love this plot. It perfectly fits in my show, and I really think this is like something unexplainable for the audience. So this is a great thing itself. And then I thought myself, why not making this a bit more advanced and allowing you to not just calculate the days, but also the hours and the minutes. So I know there are calculator apps out there that can do this, but the whole purpose of this is you can do everything offline and you don't need any databases, which I come to in a bit in a second for the other features. I thought maybe minutes might be too much and too big of a number, but in case that you want to predict a bigger number or so, just use the minutes app and the minutes version. You just need to do, let me tell you this, you just need a long press on the days button and a context menu will open up, and from there you can select what you want to be outputting. So let's say we want to do the minutes. So let's just go back for a few thousand years in this case. Let's say April 18th, 1942 is 43,655,042 minutes away in the past. So I think this has definitely a purpose in a revelation, not just a day thing. So you could, if you want to make it a bigger number, maybe let's say you want to make a serial number divination or whatever it is, or like a crypt text or so, maybe that comes in handy, and you can use this for something, right? So just so you know it's there. I also thought about the seconds, but I think the seconds will definitely be a way bigger number. I have not gotten into this, but let me know if you guys are interested in the seconds as well. And I definitely think about putting the seconds in there too, but I don't think it's necessary. But let me know. So there's this, and then we have the new feature. This is also around for a bit, but I always wanted to have this as an offline version. I don't know about every other app, but I wanted the celebrity prediction as an offline version. So my biggest problem is most of the time when I'm at a venue and I have a job, the internet is very often, more often than not, it's horrible. It's just horrible. You don't really have a reliable connection. So I decided I want to have as much offline in the app as possible. So you don't have to worry about a stable internet connection, right? And it's even worse when I'm doing shows, worse than at close-up gigs. I don't know, especially with big gigs and big stages, most of the time you should think they have a good Wi-Fi connection, but there's so much noise from all the other frequencies, you sometimes are losing the internet connection for some reason. I don't know. It's just a bad thing, and for that reason, I love to have everything in here for a backup offline. So what you can do with the celebrity feature, as you see right now, it predicts a date. It doesn't predict the year, so it goes only for the 365 days of the year. So my idea was maybe also building up a database of people that have been born throughout the past, let's say 80 years or so, but that would be a massive thing to do. And it's not something that I would say I won't do, but I can't do it right now. So maybe in the future at some point. Also, this works pretty good with AI, and I have a special other feature. Maybe let me know, guys, if you want to know about a feature that I'm thinking about, and I need your opinion on that. Or don't even let me know, I'll tell you right now. So that's another thing. Let me know if you like it, even if you're watching the stream later on. Let me know in the comments down below. So the other idea is not just doing the celebrity birthday, and I'll tell you right now in a second how to make the prediction of that, and but also thought about a reverse prediction. So here is where AI comes in really handy. So there are times where AI is a thing, and there are times where AI is not really a thing. So the reason of NUMERUS was because date revelations and so are not a thing with AI. AI is wrong with that. So there was reason on this, but what AI can really do. Hey wife, the wife has just arrived on the stream. Guys, behave, just to let you know. So the reason for what you could use AI is reverse celebrity. So let's assume for a second you have someone type in a spectator, like for example on Inject or somewhere. You type in, let your spectator freely choose any celebrity. This is going to be sent to the AI, and the AI engine then processes it, sends out the birth date, and from there you can then predict whatever you want. So there would be the chain in, like, your spectator types in any random celebrity, whoever that is, the AI fires up and searches what's the birthday is, and sends it then over to NUMERUS. This is an idea I came up with, or not really I came up with, but some guy on the group just said it. I think he meant the celebrity prediction, but I thought, why not also doing it reverse? That could be also a good thing, because then you could just predict the minutes as well, like making a Hydra prediction or making a prediction on glyphs or whatever, or on the notes. And yeah, you could do it this way as well. So yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in that. That would have to involve AI, and I don't want to lie, this would then definitely mean that you have to have an internet connection. So We'll see where that goes. But with that said, the celebrity prediction is like you let your spectator name any random date, and you then have predicted a random celebrity. And then let's say, for example, as well, like 10th of April is a Daisy Ridley, and you have then predicted the celebrity on your Hydra, wherever, and then you can go into the day since routine, and when they have been, your spectator then asks Google or Siri when the celebrity has been born, and then obviously it tells the name date later on. That was a bit confusing. I hope you get what I mean, right? Yeah. So you just make a prediction of the celebrity that has been born at the same date that the spectator has been named beforehand. So yeah, that's the thing with the celebrity prediction. I really like that as well. So you have a bit of variation there. I always love if you can do more than just one revelation from an app. So feel free to use this as well. And because I needed the buttons, I needed to make room for that. So for that reason, I have now been putting the weekday and the star sign mode on one button. So you have both on the star sign. Also here, you do a long tap, then you can select which one you would like. If in case you want to do the weekday mode, you just select the weekday mode and so on, right? So this is that. And then for numerology, everything stays the same. As I said, we have a lot of new languages on the database. So I have been putting in as much languages as possible. So if there's still any language missing, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And I can definitely add more. That's another thing. Also for the voice input, if you haven't seen it yet, we have added 13 languages to the voice input. I can show you real quick. So we have the database language. This is all the voice input languages that you can select for now. And that's a great thing, I think. Can you edit the celebrity database? For now, you can't, but I thought about like, if it's of interest for you guys, I could very easily build that in, yeah. If that would be a thing, if you would be interested in being able to edit the database. So I will tell you a bit more about the celebrity database with the Stella Veritas feature in a second. And then I'm telling you why and how I have arranged the list of the celebrities and what celebrities are on the list. So let me tell you this in a minute when we go to the next feature. Hope this is all right. And then we go into your question again, okay? But good question, yeah. I really thought about this. As the same thing, I thought about the numerology traits and the adjectives. If you, I think that might be a good thing if for some reason, sometimes maybe there's an adjective that doesn't really fit your style or so, or you want to change it up a little bit, then maybe it might be a good idea to make it editable as well. So I could do that, yeah. And also with the star sign feature that will be coming up in one of the next updates, you will have a free text field where you can then enter more free text, and you add more placeholders in there for the revelations. But this is something I can't really tell when this feature will be coming, but it will come very much this year, very much before summer, around summer, I think. Okay, so this is the new modes that have been built into there. I really love it to have most of the control that is offline, so you're not relying on internet connection, because sometimes this is a little bit tricky, right? So then we have a little bit of an update on the remote screen, because also I have added more functions to the remote in case you want to use it. So if you're connected to the Thumper, it's still only connecting to the Thumper, because I still think this is the best remote that you can use for like blindly typing in dates if you want to. So I really like this one. And I also added a list of the features and the functions of the buttons. This has been missing, but I thought that might be a good thing that you know what button controls what function right now. And with that, I also updated the amount of the functions. We before only had 9 functions in there, but now all 12 buttons of the remote are assigned to a function on the app. So as you see, the button 1 is like for voice input, and I'll show you something in a second on this. 2 is for remote input. We go through this as well. Then we have the perform button, the send button. We have the note button. You can start inputter, which I'm hardly working on, no, not hardly, which I'm working very hard on as well to make this come true. And then we have the day since feature, the modes. You can go through all the modes. Then we have a cancel send function in case you want to stop the sending process. So that might be a thing. Also, one thing I think I never really mentioned before with the cancel function. So whenever you have been inputting a date into the app, and let's assume for a second you have set Hydra to output, for example, and voice input, you make the voice input, or you input the date through voice. As soon as you have been inputting the date and the date picker shows the date, a 5-second countdown starts, and then is sending then the information to the API from where it's then grabbed by Hydra also. So you have a period of 5 seconds where you can cancel your input in case something went wrong or so. So you then can stop the sending process. I thought this might come in handy, and this might be a good thing. So you have a chance to stop the sending process in case you did something wrong with a date or so. Okay. So yeah, this was this. And then we have the button 12, which is for the new Stella Veritas feature. You guys will like that. I really think you liked it. I'm really curious what you think. Honestly, I'm really curious. Please let me know when I've showed this to you, what you think about this. Okay, so this is the remote function. Then I have added a bit more URL scheme links in there. This is the URL schemes you can add in a shortcut from where you can directly start the app in whatever mode you like, so you don't have to be fiddling around. So let's say you like your perfect, you just want to build in one mode, and you always use one combination of all the features in there. Let's say, for example, you are using Hydra voice input perform mode and with the days mode, or like the minutes mode, for example. And then you can build your own URL scheme link or URL and add this into a shortcut and place it as an icon on your screen. And with one tap, the app starts ready to go with everything. It starts in perform mode, turns on your mode buttons and whatever, and you're ready to go. So this is the reason for all these URL schemes. And also with these URL schemes, you will be able to receive data from other apps. So let's say you have another app that can freely send URL schemes. You then can be able to send data from there right to NUMERUS if you have any apps that do that. So yeah, also a good thing because it doesn't require internet connection as well, and it's always a good thing, right? And with the next update, as I said, we will have Nexus integration, most likely. I just received the URL schemes and stuff, so I will add this in the next days. And we also add I add another function which then also can send out URL schemes to third-party apps. So in case you have any app that can receive URL scheme informations, then you can type it in here and can send your information to there. So without having the need of any integration in here. So that will make the app a bit more flexible in terms of using third-party apps or whatever comes out. All right. So then let me think real quick. What else have we added? There were a few little tiny UI bugs and stuff and fixes that I've done, and I have added a few more other features. Tiny ones on the settings menu. There is a brand new Stella Veritas menu that comes up. I'll show you that right now. Because for Stella Veritas you will need a link and a URL to open the page, and I can show you that right now because I think we have been gotten through most of the new functions on the app right now. Yeah, I think this is mostly it for the NUMERUS update. Any questions so far before we go to the next step, and then I'm going to show you the big thing that I've been working on non-stop the last few weeks as well. Let me know if there's anything. Uwe, buongiorno. That was Italian. I hope so. I hope you're good. So, let me think real quick if there has been something else added. I've added this. So we have the Stella Veritas button in the end. You can see this as well. You won't be able to use it. That's maybe a thing to say right now. You won't be able to use this unless you will have a license for this. So Stella Veritas will be a separate purchase on the store, and you will have to buy a license on our store. And I need your opinion on this after I've shown you what Stella Veritas is. And that was a rhyme. My settings aren't the same. What you mean, Kev? What you mean? With your settings aren't the same? Let me know. You mean the settings menu? Or what? I'm just confusing you, sorry. Oh, you mean at all in the app? Like if anything has changed on the app at all after the update? Is that what you mean? No, everything is the same. Everything stays the same. Like everything that is on the app stays the same. You don't have to worry about any settings. So it should not change anything after the update. So as soon as you do the update, everything should be fine. I've just added new menus, and I thought it might be a bit more interesting for people, or a bit easier to understand the app if it's not too overloaded with features that you don't use. So in case you don't own Stella Veritas, let's say, Stella Veritas, what? The settings for Stella Veritas. Oh yeah, we go through this. I tell you everything you need to know now. So yeah, I thought it's better if you don't have all the functions in the menu, and if you don't have a license, you don't see the settings menu, so it's not confusing for people, because not everyone really is into Technic and into phones and stuff, you know. And so for that reason, it's always good to have a good UI that is easily to overview, you know what I mean? So listen, let me start this way. So I love to perform, as I said before, in a little bit like a spiritual way sometimes, like not with in terms of God, but I like horoscopes, I like esoterical stuff, I like numerology, and all this stuff is really interesting because I think this always sparks a really good conversation if you have the right group. So I always like to be able, especially when I'm doing close-up, to involve a lot of people. And if you tell someone something interesting about themselves, even if you're not into horoscope or something, most of the people are joining in and having a good time just listening, even if it's just a fun thing, right? And I thought myself, how could it be possible to easily gather more information from your spectator without them suspecting anything fishy going on, right? And there are obviously a lot of cool tools out there. I always name Inject as an example. Inputter will be another thing, which not the spectator does, but it's also something where data can be inputted from. And there are other things to gather information, right? And as much as I like the voice input on the phone, and as much as I like the remote on the phone, I love if I'm totally hands-free. And imagine something that you don't even have to touch anything and make the prediction. And I mean, like, you don't have to do anything. The only thing that you would have to then do is start your app in a certain mode. Let's say you started in Stella Veritas mode, right? and started in the, let's do hours for now, because it's just not a, let's do days for now. So I'm having another phone here. I hope you guys can see that, because I can't share it on the screen, but I try to put it in the camera so you can see. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is Stella Veritas. Stella Veritas is a website that is supposed to look like a very ordinary astrology page on the internet. Except it is a fully magic website, and it's full of features that directly sends data to your NUMERUS app, or to other apps as well in the future that we might be connecting with. But for now, it is mostly thought to send as much information to NUMERUS as possible. So I show you right now what it can do. If you're coming up on this page, and I tell you this right now, this is still a beta version. It is not fully functional, like 100%. There's still a few things I have to add on this. This is the reason why it's not yet available, but within the next few days. So it still needs a daily horoscope on top of there, but you have different modes in here. So let's assume you talk with your spectator about something like astrology and horoscopes, and you figure out that your spectator is really into that. You could then bring them up to this page. And what we do, before I show you the information on this, we will have NFC cards that have Stella Veritas logo on there, and that look like a little bit of an ad card. So you will get this with the Stella Veritas project, and then you can put up your own URL that you have, and then you're paired directly with the spectator's phone. So you don't have to do anything else at all. So let's assume right now your spectator has been gone on this website, and let me try to bring this as close to the camera as possible. We have different modes here. Let's go through real quick through all the modes. Let's say he decides to go to the live card mode, right? Live card is more or less made up, but I think most of astrology is, so let's not talk about this topic right now. But let's assume you tell your spectator that there is a way to figure out what's their live card. And the live card is calculated by a system that I've invented. I don't know if that has been there beforehand, but it will definitely calculate a date, a playing card, depending on the date that is inputted in the app. So for example, let's say someone chooses the, I don't know, this is an Android phone. I can't really deal with Android phones. I don't have another iPhone here. Let's say it's September 12th, right? In 2024, not sure. Let's stay for that, right? The spectator sends, and now watch on the app. In a few seconds, it should bring up the date. Yeah, and there you go. Your spectator sees that it has calculated their birth card, Jack of Diamonds. The page is also translated in German and English, depending on what language has been entered on the browser language from your spectator. So it automatically sees what language your spectator is on. I'm thinking about making this for more languages in the future as well, but I have to look into how easy it is to detect the browser language reliably. So yeah, that is another thing. So with that, you would have then the date entered into NUMERUS, and it could also be sent wherever you wanted to, like on the motherboard or like Glyphs or third-party API, whatever, right? So then you go back and you can repeat this with another person. Like let's say they are supposed to find the numerology. They do the same thing, type in a date. I don't have to do this right now because you just saw it, right? From here also the information is then sent over to NUMERUS. But here comes my favorite feature, and this is where the watch app comes in really handy. So let's assume they go back, and we have a feature that is called Astrology Twin. And I made this up, of course, right? But it sounds good, I think. And they are supposed to find their astrology twin. So it brings up the astrology twin of today, which is Kourtney Kardashian. Yeah, so it's basically her birthday today. So congratulations, Kourtney. If you watch this stream, I would not think so, but yeah, it's better to have that set, right? And from there, now watch this. We type in, how can I select, oh, here's the year. Let's go for 1992, and then December 5th, 1991, right? So someone enters their birth date, December 5th, 1991. It appears on NUMERUS, and then the app automatically calculates their astrology twin. It doesn't have a picture yet. I'm still working on the pictures to get them all in. I think this will be done fully tomorrow. I'm not yet arrived at December to figure out all the celebrity images, but it will be there very, very soon. And then here's what I really love. Here's the feature I really love. Then you tell them, oh, and let's do something else. So you, at this point, you have already gotten their birth date or whatever date they have selected, right? And you maybe also have done the prediction already. And then you say, oh, let's go a step further. And you tell them, oh, is there some kind of button that shows like, watch for more astro twins, like astrology twins or something? So then they type on the button, they going into a list of different celebrities. And now watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch the app. Watch what happens here. And whatever celebrity they select, let's say, where do we go? Eli Manning. So let's go Eli Manning on the app. And not even on the app, not just on the app, you also get this peek on the watch. So you could go into a mind reading from there, let them shut down the phone or place it face down on the table, and then you can go into a mind reading routine for a freely named celebrity. I really love this feature so much. I can't tell because it's mine, yeah, maybe, but I really like it. And there are different celebrities on here. A really, really huge list. We have like 1,000 something celebrities on the database right now. And this is where I need to answer Kev's question from before. So the database is built up in a way that I have selected. So we have 3 celebrities for every day to choose from for the stars selection here. But on the app, I always selected the first row, every celebrity that is in the first row, and I selected the honestly most common celebrities or known people around the globe. So I would say most people should know them. And I went through this manually. I wouldn't say it's not maybe 1 or 2 people that maybe are not the very best known people in the world, but I've tried to figure out the really most successful, most famous, most popular people that are on there. So this is also then the database that is on the NUMERUS app for the celebrity mode. So let you know. But we can definitely do another thing and build an editable version of the celebrity function there. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely possible. So I hope this answers your question, Kevin. Yeah, but so it won't be possible the other way around. So everything that is on Stella Veritas will be gathered from a database that is on server. So it won't be editable from there. But I need to show you another feature as soon as I'm able to open my Android phone. Let me show you this right now. So this is for the celebrity feature here. And then also we have one more feature. And oh, let me tell you this before I show you. I have made quite some research on all the astrology stuff, not just like for now with the new Stella Veritas feature, but also in the past before that. And maybe let me show you this on my phone here, so I can share my. Why doesn't it call? Come on, let me see. What's going on? Doesn't it read NFC in do not disturb mode? What's going on? I don't know. Okay, we stay here. So I've made quite some research and I've been watching for other astrology pages and I've been looking what they have on the page. And for me, it was important that this page looks like just an ordinary astrology page that is on the internet. I purposely did not make it like the most beautiful website imaginable, because most of the astrology pages are really looking crappy, guys. If you watch it and if you have a look around on the net and you try to have a look on all the astrology pages, they're horrible. Sometimes they look as if a 2-year-old has done them. And for that reason, I tried and make it look like nothing, you know. But another feature that is coming up, and let me show you this right now. One more feature will be that you can have your own URLs from here. So there will be hidden URLs from, if you're already on the spectator's phone and they have already opened this page, you then can say, oh, give me your phone and make a prediction or something. Well, I show you something else and so. And from here you go into a prediction, something like this. You will definitely have your own inputter URL in here, and you can also maybe add your inject URL in the future as well and put everything in here. So that's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea for this. We have a lot of fake links down there. I'm not sure which ones I will be putting real websites or pages behind, but it's just meant to be looking as good as possible. You also have a cookie notice when the page comes up. A few more things. I'm pretty sure as soon as a few people are going to use this page, there will be ideas coming up, and I'm more than happy to build that in. That is the whole purpose of this. I want this system also to be growing, and that's the reason why I love the NUMERUS thing and the group, to be able to think about different ideas, right? And I think this has a lot of potential for more functions and more ideas. So let me real quick show you the other features. We have the tarot card feature, which brings up a random tarot, not really a random tarot card, but there's also a system behind that to be calculating tarot cards for their date. But here's the last system you need to see. It's the horoscope feature. And for this, I thought about how could it be possible to also not just gather a celebrity, which we've done in the list, and not just being able to gather a date, but also be able to gather more information, like a time, a birth country, a birth city, and a close friend, for example. So I came up with the idea of making a horoscope page that suggests the audience the more information you type in, the more exact your horoscope will be. And as much as I know, which is not much, but maybe, this is a common thing on astrology pages when you want to have your horoscope done. So you need to give in as much information as possible to make it as exact as possible. So in that term, nobody should suspect anything here. So those extra fields are free, but if you see that you have someone around that is really interested in that thing and they're interested in a horoscope, they have to type in a date. Let's do a birth date, for example. Man, how did I open up the year on Android? Oh yeah, you have to push on the, oh yeah, now I got it. So let's do my my wife's birthday. Oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this publicly. Oh, we'll be dead. I'm sorry, I forget about this. My wife's birthday is like, let's do it this way. April. Let's do January 1st, 1993. Sounds good so far, I think. So then you have the date that then can be sent to NUMERUS. And then you can optionally input the time of your birth, like the hour and the minute if you want to. That would be possible like this. Oh yeah, you have an Android picker here. And then your city that will be sent also. But what I really like is the idea of having the name of a close friend from their youth to be inputted there. Yeah. Lucius! Hey, how you doing? 28 years ago, exactly. Yeah, so that fits, right? I'm happy. I'm happy. Still, whew, that was close, man. That was close. No, but you can then let them type in the name of their childhood friend or something. And this information would directly be sent to Nameforge or as well to Numerus and in the future to Magnoram and all the other apps that are coming up and for all the other projects that are planned. So as soon as they hit then send, the date will be sent over to Numerus. You see that right now, you already got the information. Then they will receive, right now it's German because my browser is set to German. They see their star sign. I selected a few beautiful star signs here and they get some kind of horoscope, which will be a bit longer with the final version. As soon as this will be released, they will be getting like 4 or 5 sentences. And from there, you will have all the information. And I don't know if that's just me, but for some reason I think if your spectator has inputted all the information and it doesn't come up again, like on the results, like here, you can't see any dates, you can't see any names. It's more or less a bit far away from what the input method was. And I think if it's because this thing is like pretty much hidden in a horoscope page and an astrology page, nobody really suspects anything behind this. And I also thought about adding this page Google Ads, like all the cheap astrology pages. I know this is a crappy thing, but the real pages also have it. They have spammed through with ad banners and stuff. So maybe I do this as well. And maybe we put in some fake ad banners there that then lead you to your hidden links or URLs or something. That could also be a thing and an idea for the future as well. So yeah, I really love this feature because it's a fully new and a totally new input method that has not been around before that. I know there have a few people been working on astrology stuff. Like in that way, I definitely need to name Louis Laval, which is a great mentalist as well. And I really love his ideas and his stuff. But I think this is something that is different. And I love different presentation ideas. And to be honest, guys, if you do this, this gives you an easy routine of 15 to 20 minutes. If you want to milk it for all it's worth, and if you have other people jumping in on that, that will be easily done for a 15 to 20 minute routine for close-up, easily. And also, I thought, I have not spoken to anyone, and this is just an idea for now. The feature of the input for the date, for example, could also be opened up for other apps like Nexus or so in the future. But this has not been told to anyone because nobody really knows about this. You guys are the first guys here. That was the reason why I did not advertise this stream much more. But I wanted you to show this because I'm really proud of this thing. And this is the very first look and nobody knows about it yet. So yeah, this is this. Let me know what you think. I really love this feature. Also that this has a peak on the watch, so you don't even need anything. You can have the phone on the table. It also appears on the black screen, like in the peak screen, if you want to see the celebrity there and also the date. And then yeah, this is my new baby. This is my new baby. Yeah. One question is Stella usable without Numerus? Sorry, wasn't here at the start. So Lucius, that's a good question. So the reason for making this a website is that I'm not directly programming for Android right now at this point, but I think it has its values to also be opening up, like seeing the reveal of what the spectator inputted on Stella Veritas on another phone maybe in the future. And this is where Importer might come in. For right now, this will only be available with Numerus together as a peak, but there will be more. There will be coming more in the future, definitely. I also thought about maybe making this its own dedicated app as well, where you then can have all the data stored directly on the app. And in case you don't want to send or use Numerus and stuff, you then can send everything from there, like your hidden URLs or so. You can be managing everything on the app. That would be an idea, yeah. But for right now, it's still a feature for Numerus, an add-on, and but I'm still working, or we are working on more ideas. And I really appreciate if you guys tell me that you are interested in that for maybe other purposes. Then let me know, and I'm thinking about what we can do. I need to maybe talk to Toby about an Android version of this, because this might not be as hard to do, because it's more or less a website, a web page where information can be gathered from. And there might be other ways to get the information in other apps as well. But since this is so brand new, and I just wanted to have this mainly as an input version for Numerus, but I then saw the potential that this might be having in the future with more inputs as well. I think there's definitely way more room for other modes as well, not like a live card mode, but you could also do like words for Magnum in the future, when you have them putting in their associated word that they come up with under a certain star sign or whatever it is, right? We would just make something up that sounds good, and we put it in there, and with that it's perfectly motivated by someone would input or insert something there. Yeah. But I'm definitely thinking about it. Yeah, let me know if you have any ideas of this, and I think about it. Yeah. Also, if you guys like to know more about it, there is a hidden group on Facebook, and there's a secret link down underneath this video in the video description. So if you click on that, I hope I added the link. Yeah, I think so. If you click the link, you directly come to the Facebook group, and you can request access there. I will be posting something tomorrow there, so maybe a part of this video as well. And from tomorrow on, there will be the first informations coming up on the group about Stella Veritas and everything that is coming in the future on this, and new features, new ideas. So I like the idea of having this. Oh, one more really important thing that I almost forgot. Since this is not an app or a shortcut or whatever, it's like just a basic website. You can use it with Android and iOS. So you are not relying, or you don't need to watch out what kind of phone your spectator has. You can open up the page on every website. And in case, like my old Android phone here, they don't have an NFC tag reader, like an NFC chip in here, NFC reader. The Stella Veritas card, as soon as it's done, will also have your unique QR code on there. And we just make this as like a club card or something, like that it looks like you just carry this around with you. Maybe also I'm adding a few more features on the card as well, but you then have your QR code where you then can open the web page with the camera, because you need to insert a certain type of URL for being able to connect to your own account. So the data will be just sent to your account. Yeah, that's it, guys. That is it. This is the big thing that I've been working on non-stop the last 2 weeks, I think. And I think it's a really great add-on, and I think in a few months or so there will be definitely more features added. So for that reason, there's one question I would like to ask you guys. I'm really curious about this. Also, not just for the live stream, also if you're watching this video later on, I would really be happy if you would leave a comment on the question that an answer to the question that I'm putting out now. So I know in best case, everyone would like to have everything for free. That would be in a perfect world where we don't have to earn money and stuff, and where nothing costs anything. But here's the thing. So I'm thinking about two ways of doing that. For me, it's always important that everyone can afford this stuff, and that is something that people enjoy to use, that is not a ripoff or something. That's my main intention when I'm thinking about pricing and stuff at all, right? But I have seen a lot of people struggle that brought out apps or brought out web services, because in the beginning, it's like you earn some money from it, and then when sales stop, you don't get any more money in, and you have to pay out of your own pocket. So the biggest problem with that is, with all the technology and the updates that are coming, like on browsers, on servers and whatever, this is something that always needs to be maintained. And I think there are two ways of doing this. So first, I think about, oh wait, hold on. It could be placed anywhere. Oh, missed. I'm missing one comment. What was it, Kev? Did you write something? Let me see right quick. Oh, I can't do it right now. I just have to go and watch real quick. Hold on, please hold the line. Exactly, QR codes. Yeah, QR code is a great idea because it works on every device, right? So, or like almost every camera on every phone is able to read the URL out of a QR code. That is not something special anymore. Just in case you have someone with a really old device or so, right? Exactly. Maybe a Magician Tarot card with a built-in QR or NFC. Yeah, also a great idea. Yeah, also a great idea. You know why I like an NFC card that looks like a credit card or is in credit card format? Because it comes in naturally. So I know you don't really know what I'm up to with this idea and what it looks in the end. But I think if you come up with this, you could introduce this card. First thing, it's easy to carry. You can easily carry this in your pocket and in your wallet. And this is something I always love to do. And I always look for stuff that I have with me all the time and I don't need to worry about. So for that reason, I personally would prefer something like this. So you can just place it into your wallet, right? But there's absolutely nothing against putting this into tarot cards or something. You could easily do this, and maybe we will have a few more things and ideas. Richie, let's keep this in mind with the tarot cards and stuff, because I really love tarot cards, and we have stuff coming up with tarot cards in the future also. But I like bringing that out, having it laying flat on the table, maybe have some kind of cheat sheet on here for like star sign divinations as well. Maybe something that we've put on there. So you can have a real quick peek there and you know what to do or so. And on the back side is just simply a QR code that brings your spectator to the page in case the NFC chip in here doesn't work. And that's the reason why I like this format. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with tarot cards or playing cards even. Yeah, we can definitely do that. And that is also a thing that we are looking into right now, producing playing cards that have NFC tags in there, but that does not look like this, and they does not feel like different playing cards. Mostly feel like an ordinary playing card. But I have to talk to Richie about this as well. Right, Richie? But be aware of the credit cards. Wives can make them disappear. That's true. That is true, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. We have to look into building more stuff. And we can definitely do this in tarot cards, yeah. Also, another idea, I don't know if I want to say that right now. Do I want to say it? Yeah, come on, because of you guys. I tell you right now. So another idea is like, I don't know. Making some kind of small book, like a booklet, which has all the information written on them, like an astrology book. But I don't want to tell you too much about this because this is too far from being released, but it's definitely on the list. And I just want to let you know, guys. So one thing, before I'm coming back to my question that I had. So everything we built and everything that will be released during the next years, especially like with apps and stuff, it all works together. So inputter will be possible to send data to NUMERUS, to Magnum, and my highest goal is to make everything like one ecosystem that works together. But of course, also with other apps, that's also important. But mostly, it's definitely a thing that works together with each other, like features. We have some great tools on the store as well, exactly. And I'm coming up to the Easter special in a few minutes. But let's come back to the question that I had. So there are two ideas of payment systems. I know we're all fed up of like subscription models, but the honesty is stuff like this, more than apps. Also, so apps are something that also need to be maintained. And I always want to be able to put in more work to make it better. Because what I figured right now, what I heard from other developers is that this is a never-ending game, right? Even if you think right now the app is finished or at a point where it cannot be getting better, Apple brings out a new update, everything's messed up, you need to change it. Or a new idea comes up, new features, new integrations, whatever, right? So this is a project that always needs to be maintained. And for now, Numerus is definitely a thing that is a one-time payment, which is a great thing for apps, I think. But with like web services, from my idea and from what I see in the development point, this is a more costly thing to do. And I'm thinking about two ways to be selling this. So you could either be buying into this for a one-time cost, like a one-time fee for a lifetime, which then would be something, I don't know, it wouldn't be too expensive, then nobody could afford it, right? Or you can like jump into that on a really tiny and small monthly fee. Like something, I'm talking about something like maybe €2 or so per month to be able to use it, like with a one-time purchase fee, like €20 or something, and then you have a monthly fee of like €1 or €2 or something, just to cover the cost that will be there in the future. Because there's one thing, guys, I know that sounds a bit like, oh, why would I have to pay all the time? But I tell you one thing, this whole thing that I started here, I want this to be alive in 10 years from now, as much as it is right now. I want this to be a fun thing that can be growing bigger. And I want this to be a thing that's not like getting a pain in the ass, because we always have to think about where do we get money to maintain all the costs that are coming in, right? And for that reason, I'm thinking like maybe rather starting the idea before selling it for a one-time cost only. But it's important just to talk about this, right? And let me know what your ideas are on that. I know for myself, like all the subscription models and so, it's sometimes get a little bit over the head. But if you use it, it's just like if it's €1 or something, it doesn't really matter for anyone. But it helps me and helps me maintain the cost for the server and for everything. Maybe at some point building a bigger infrastructure if more people getting into the system or something, and to make this an evolution, right? Not to be necessarily then in a few years from now be in the need to say, oh, now there comes Stella Veritas too, you know? I would rather have a system that is growing and evolving all the time, and then can be the best thing it can possibly be from all the input from the users as well. So yeah, I hope you get what I mean with that. Me personally, I tell you my idea about this. I think if it's a price that you don't even want to think about, I mean, like think about how much money we waste every day, right? For stuff like this. And what is it? Mensual, you mean like monthly payment or what? Yeah, so I like the idea of being able to choose from it, right? So you have the option making it a one-time purchase, and then you have it forever and you don't need to spend any yearly cost or monthly cost or so. Or, and here's the benefit of that, of the monthly payment then, you could also cancel that at any time. If you say, oh, I don't need it right now, I just pause my my subscription for that period, and you don't being paid, or you don't being charged for anything. And then if you say, oh, now I'm in the need of using it again, you start your subscription again, and then you directly have access through this. So this is my idea right now. The honesty, I want to be absolutely fully transparent with that, guys. And let me tell you this, I know a lot of developers, and especially in the Magic scene, I know most of them. And I know how much of pain that can be for them to get some money. So we've seen this with Shamir, when Shamir had the QR Genie thing out. And I think it was not like, I don't know, forgive me if I'm saying something wrong here. I really love this thing, and I really love the idea of having your own link tree in there and stuff. but it also is something that causes cost for Shamir. And at some point, I think around last year, he made like a call for people to help him maintain the cost of it. And I just don't want to bring myself into this situation of being required of doing that. So I'm thinking about this from the beginning. And I think it's a fair thing if you can select, right? So I'm really interested about your thoughts on this. As I said, I'm always up for having affordable products, but it needs to be something, a price that also shows the value of what it can do, right? And yeah, that's the idea for this right now. Let me know what you think. Okay, so I'm waiting for the comment. Monthly, Richie means monthly, yeah. And I'm also thinking about doing the same thing. I don't want to do this with everything that we release in the future, right? We also have stuff like TNT, for example, the beautiful coasters and playing cards that we have. And I come to the special in a second, guys, because it's Easter the next days. I'll let you know about it. But yeah, we have TNT and we have more physical projects in the future as well. It's not just apps and web-based stuff, because there are a lot of more ideas for this and a lot of ideas that we will bring out. Hopefully, within the next few weeks, we will be making the final call for Blackpool, and we can tell you which booth we have and stuff like this, because next year, if we no, not if we will be in Blackpool with our own booth for the first time. So that's a great idea that I think will be a great thing coming up next year. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah. So for now we have Numerus. That was the Stella Veritas overview. I hope you like it because it's kind of my baby. I really like the idea of it. I really like the theme of it, because this is absolutely something that I love and enjoy to perform. And I think this is something that has not been so overused, because we're sometimes a bit in the problem that mentalism and magic especially has been overused, you know. They're really seldomly coming up things that are really special and something really new. A really good example is Toby Dostal. When he comes up with stuff, I'm like always, what the hell just happened? And I love seeing that, you know. And I like having stuff themed differently, and especially with a lot of magic and mentalism that I've seen on social media during the past few months, this has been like sometimes a bit cringy, to be honest. And I would really be happy, because magic and mentalism can be such a valuable thing and such an artistic thing. I really would love to bring that a bit back in the magic scene and in the magic industry, because I sometimes think it's just has gotten, as Peter Turner I think says, it's like fast food mentalism, like stuff that always goes fast and fast. I'm really tired of all this TikTok stuff and everything. It's just me maybe, but I like having a real experience around it, right? That people have something valuable to tell later on, not just, oh, he made a sponge ball appear and then it has been gone and whatever, right? So that is my view on this whole magic thing. Maybe you agree, maybe you're not. Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, my wife knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I think a lot of you other guys as well. Love it. Now I must check Numerus. You have to, yeah. So let's go real quick. I forgot the remote thing. Let me show you this real quick. So with the remote right now, you can start the voice input, like with a long press. You then have voice input. It's like your date was October 26th, 1981, right? And then you have the date inputted in there. And it's so damn reliable. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful, guys. It's just beautiful. And we will have a few performance videos coming up shortly. We go out and be filming within the next few weeks. It's like all a bit much that comes up at one time at the moment, and was all a bit more work with Numerus than I thought in the beginning. And yeah, but we will have performance videos coming up as well in the next weeks. Then we also have the remote feature, so not just the remote inbuilt into Numerus, but also the remote feature, which then you can do a long press and then type in the date yourself. I think I showed this last week before, like 8 and then 1993. So, and there you go. Then you have typed the date in with the remote. Then you have performance mode, send button, cancel. You can then show your peak screen. You can go out of the peak screen. You have all the other functions. You have the note function you can turn on and off. And you cannot just turn it on, but you can also turn it off, right? Just to let it know. And if in case you have the thumper, it's all long press. And you need to be in numeric mode. That's the important thing. You have to set your remote into numeric mode, and it's all the long press functions because the short press submits the numbers for the date input, right? So for that reason, every button needs to be long pressed, and you get a haptic feedback on the remote as well. That's another great thing. So where was I? Like, oh yeah, we have the inputter button that can be turned on and off, and then you can select the modes here, like celebrity, star sign, and numerology. Then we have the what was it? Oh yeah, the cancel button, and then we have with 12 we have Stella Veritas like turned on and off. And you can all do this when you're already in perform mode. Let's say like this, and now I'm pressing. You can see that doesn't appear on the screen. That is just my server to share the phone screen because it thinks it turns off. You can from this screen then turn on and off all modes, also the voice input. Like let's say you're sitting a few meters away from your phone and then you turn on the date input. You could do that. It brings up the date screen. You can then type in the date, 12/12/19. What do we do? 88. Bams, input it and send wherever you want it to be sent to. So that's another thing. Also with a voice input, you can do this. You see the tiny yellow dot on top. You can stop the voice input in case you want to talk a little bit longer and you don't want to do anything. And it's all just like working flawlessly. So I really love these features. I really like the remote stuff because it's reliable and you have a second layer of reliability and from where you can start all the modes and control the whole app. So yeah, this is it, guys. This is it. This is my version 1.2.1 update and Stella Veritas release or preview. Let's call it preview information video for the inner circle that has joined in today. And yeah, I'm happy that you have been around. So with that, I need to announce that we will have a tiny bit of an Easter promotion or an Easter special offer during the next days. So from Sunday and Monday, we will have a 10% discount on everything on the store. So everything that you have on the store will be discounted by 10%. The official announcement will be sent out tomorrow via newsletter. There you have a special discount code. It doesn't exist yet, so I can't really tell you. But if you're on the newsletter, you will definitely receive your discount code there. So it's important to me that you have a bit of a benefit when you joining in on the newsletter as well, and also on the groups. Maybe I'll also post this on the groups as well to let everyone know there. And yeah, if everything goes right, the release of Stella Veritas will also be on this coming Sunday as a beta or a beta preview release version. So it's more or less like something you can buy in for a cheaper price, a lower price, definitely, as the final price will be. And yeah, that's what I thought. That's what my thoughts are on Stella Veritas. And then you have the ability to join in a little bit on the evolution of Stella Veritas and bring in new features and ideas for the app that we then can put in there. Yeah, nice. Guys, already more than 1 hour again. So excuse me for that. When I'm starting to talk, I won't stop again anymore. So, oh, one more thing. Let me show you this real quick. So you guys know about TNT, right? So the TNT coasters that we have, but we also, not during the Easter promotion, but we will have a special edition coming up really soon. So if you're interested in TNT and you have not joined the group yet, we will announce the special edition coasters that we are very limited on. We will announce this on the TNT group and also on the newsletter. And I don't know if we will have some left then on the store to put them on there, to have a special edition on the store for a few days, but this will be very limited. So just for you guys to know, if you're interested in different versions and versions that are not officially released on the store, just also join into the TNT group on Facebook. This is also the place to be for TNT. And that was a rhyme. And with that said, guys, I think I bored you enough right now. And I want to thank you so much for joining in. Are there any more questions left? That's one thing that I need to ask right now. If there's anything. And also, let me say this. I'm also happy if people join in on the stream, and I know not everyone is like so good with English, like to understand everything, but I'm absolutely appreciating that you guys are watching the video at all, also if you do it later. So I would be really happy if you have any ideas, recommendations, or whatever it is, like put it down there under the video in the comment section. Of course, if you haven't done that, please subscribe to the channel. That always helps, right? That always helps. It's not meant to be the biggest channel on earth, but I just want to let you know that you will be reminded as soon as we getting another live stream up. And yeah, as it looks right now, we will do this more regularly. So there will be more live streams in the future. So I really enjoy doing this. And with everything that we release and with all the new stuff, we have so much to tell. And I think this is the perfect place to send out all the information and to give you guys the information that you need about everything, so we can interact with each other, right? All right, so if there are no more questions, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Have happy Easter days if you celebrate that, and I catch you on the next stream sometime. I don't know whenever that will be, but we'll catch you there. Have a great day and a great weekend and Easter days and whatever. Bye bye, guys. Have a good day.